Hello everyone, my name is Han Lin and I'm a culinary arts instructor. Today I'd like to share how I implement my learner's mindset strategy in the culinary arts program. The digital resource I'm sharing is a one-page infographic that I introduce at the beginning of the semester. Throughout this presentation, I'll explain how I use this resource to help students develop a learner's mindset through the culture and routines of our kitchen. This infographic is introduced during our Week 1 orientation, and students can also access it on Brightspace throughout the semester. The first few messages students see are: mistakes are part of learning. You're here to learn, not to be perfect. I use this message to establish the expectations for learning in our kitchen. Instead of giving students a lecture about mindset, I encourage them to see mistakes as a natural part of learning. From the first day, I want students to understand that asking questions, trying new techniques, and learning from mistakes are all expected parts of becoming a chef. Many beginning culinary students arrive with very little confidence. They're often afraid of making mistakes because they believe mistakes mean they're not good at cooking. I use this section of the infographic to begin a conversation about learning. I explain that every chef develops through practice, feedback, and reflection. Rather than focusing on mindset theory, my goal is to create a classroom culture where students gradually become more confident, reflective, and willing to learn from mistakes. Throughout the semester, these 5 expectations guide everything we do in the kitchen. We ask questions, we try new techniques, we learn from mistakes, we support one another, and we improve a little every week. I refer back to these expectations during demonstrations, practical labs, and class discussions. Over time, they become part of our daily kitchen routine and encourage students to participate, seek feedback, and take responsibility for their own learning. At the end of every kitchen lab, students complete a short reflection using these 4 questions. Before I provide feedback, I ask students to think about what went well, what challenged them, what feedback they received, and what they will do differently next time. This routine encourages self-assessment and helps students identify their own next steps for improvement, making them more active participants in their learning. This section reflects my commitment as an instructor. I believe students learn best when they feel supported rather than judged. Throughout the semester, I encourage questions, provide constructive feedback, and create opportunities for reflection after every practical lab. My goal is that students begin asking a different question. Instead of asking, "Did I do this right?" they begin asking, "What can I improve next time?" When that happens, I know they're beginning to take ownership of their learning and develop a learner's mindset. Thank you for taking the time to review my learner's mindset strategy. This infographic is more than a handout. It's a resource I use throughout the semester to reinforce the learning culture I want to create in my kitchen. By introducing it during week 1 and reinforcing it through daily expectations, reflection, and supportive feedback, I help students become more open to feedback, and more willing to use feed forward to improve their performance. Ultimately, my goal is to help students become confident, reflective learners who continue developing throughout their culinary education and future careers. Thank you.